Well, I need to say a few words houses, and I want to set this like in my sights. Suddenly, I just knew that the generation of Argentina for words, like I know they would, all over and over, and everything, saying that every video that I just made in this weekend and at the week and the week before and the other week and the month before and all through as I made them belongs to them, and that I stole them and forged, putting in jail judges and prosecutors, and using the generation of Nestor and Cristina Kirchner and Aníbal Fernandez, pretend of judges, which are the generation human meat murderers, abominable shit. Further keep on using the forgery of Gendarmeria of Argentina, Federal of Argentina, Prefectura of Argentina, and any kind of a shit like that, in pardon for the victims, and lots of. Destroying all of my friends and all of the people that can be relation with me permanently. Like to set no witness and nobody to say the contrary, or show it, especially. So suddenly the reality is, for words in the same thing and saying that I am just meat. Nothing to worry about, to work for something good, and there says the good is being the shit they are, and the shit they do, and they exist for. The reality here exceeds the whole of the conditions, and there is nothing to discuss and nothing to trying to get in reason for the talk or conversation to have. It is further all reason and anything because of their conscience about what they want and what they do. Abomination, because of that's what they exist. Abomination, and that's the way they'll die. Abomination. There's nothing else to do. Or you kill or you get killed. This is the story here. And the truth of this all is simple. It is complexer than anything that I already said. Also, I want to show this. I thought about this past week for the Women's Day around. I were needing something new, a very new backpack and something around like to using. And I am not knowing about my time, like to can do something of any kind. But the reality of what is going on here, what happens. So suddenly I had this help of a cow leather, sorry. This help of a complete cow leather, which were something like we had for a long time ago, which belonged into one person, one family, which my mother were working with, that they never wanted it anymore. So this woman that my mother were working for in domestic tasks to the making, suddenly she got as a gift from her this leather, which were really not complete and not perfect. So suddenly I made them with the help before a very big backpack, and really big one backpack, and were about 60 liters backpack, and suddenly it rested a little bit, and I already cut it, sorry, the whole of the pieces for sewing, which it is the making that I showed about now. And the reality over this whole on this SODOMAKIE degenerates, which still insists in the same stories ever that they made an app, and the forgery all that they use with, and the forgery of supposed judicial powers of Argentina, Tribunales Argentina, in the 8,416 maiden up cases that they says are researching for the national security and state cases against my person. But I the liar. It cannot be possible. I just the liar. I need more medication and more internation time for the things I say. And well, saying that I've just stolen a bag of the maricas of praying, supposed pastor, inside of the armed forces, and saying that everything I got, the whole devices and the whole that I got is for felony making and living off, or robbery. And not only that, but also of drugs selling and drugs consuming, which never were true, and could never be. Insisted with the same forgery in the whole accomplices, which has a lot, and are all the most of them degenerates just like them, and threatening people, and mutilating, raping men, women, kids, mothers, fathers, and making the whole abomination that they goes for every day. And I said to this in the Hebrew Likandacha, for the whole injustice or whatever to be states or United Nations to once. Like I know. Spot ikam bitan ikam bashkuba lechadai chalikum basekwa melechan soloshkiva lechokot lekatki ekomat lechit bashmot kemalchim Edravina chito malasecho baki Edravila kimostet rasile mashut ralisi savolot lukit roma chito vashochadachim komalat chito vaskumalachat lekita bashkuba kibot renkov Ramal kibot ralasi samaseko bashwalat ramal vedachi chatala kimot rachile bot rasik kofalasin shomalchat lekot rachachile tabashu balkod mashen malkin malachat lekita chikolabat bot chido bashmol enchomat Ibot ramal kimot rachila shosad lachitos melekishku balachat rachecha dishvai dibachicha dikashkimatin kalki mashkemalat recha bloketekash balachit romalachat alakibot lachecha bekianopik Grepi akimot rechele matlatika sebot rechemal kibo lashik malkleat rebol kita bol chetomol kletika maflat rachulu malchata kalklikash medachicha balachat lopik kishum malkimot kamalkim. This kara helping for about 25,000 tambayas for the justice and regular about any OS recall in F8. There is about 21 tambayas. Evidential supports and a whole of information data, which surely somebody is making at this moment. I can know about it. And I wish I said clear like I just made them, and I'm going to show through here what I just said. And I said clear. So give me a moment, please. This shall be the front. This shall be the front part, which will have one open at the superior part, one at the 2/3 for the making two pockets, sorry, and will be like a square thing. This is the superior part, the cover, with the bands, like for the making this holding at the shoulders, with the inside part, which is exactly the same size, like for the making sewing this, for the bands to go there. Going to be irregular because of normally there has a round way. round designing the most of them, but I wanted to make it squarey. These are the lateral, the sides, like of the same bag. It's going to be wide, about 20 centimeters, but for the leather is really much enough. Perhaps should be a little bit bigger also. And this is the principal body, the principal piece, which will be the back and the floor of it, like to call it. It's going to have about 50 centimeters tall, 35 and 20 of deep, like to having two bags and an inside big space for the pudding, anything that I can even use. And there is a mid-size normal regular backpack. And I were working yesterday and today, and I am exhausted, and this degenerates with all already made enough, and the whole of the tradition made enough, with the orders made enough for the starting tomorrow morning, to saying that they are going to putting me in jail and taking deliver my mother into, they says the term, to having sex like a normal thing, to putting her like a whore and raping her until kill her. Maricas Argentinas doesn't stop until they die. And they puts the whole of the excuses and the whole of the way and the whole of the thuggy shit for the being what they are, shit. And this is happening with my friends all, which is this list in the LESE office, New York, BRDMCLT 98443802, which are about 84,218 families complete in approximately 8 members per family around. And these were happening permanently, but I gotta be delirious, especially do I say such a thing about this, even if I can try to assist and help it for this to never happen. I said this clear, that I keep under less humanity, but es SODOMAKIE and Cuerpo Médico Forense de la Justicia de la Nación Argentina, Forensics Corp of the Justice of the Argentinian Nation, Forensics, Gargoyles of Hell, Human Meat Murderers, Degenerates, and Aníbal Fernández and SODOMAKIE, Federal Police of Argentina at the head, are all about this permanently, for it to be just a piece of the meat, of course. I said this clear about this Sunday 20 at 23:32, Buenos Aires, Argentina, in the address that I got since January 1st until June 30, when I were kidnapped under illegitimate privation of freedom for the less humanity making on me. Like I gotta go back for the servile shit in the border, in the pardon for the victims and innocents and the ones that are being used about this, like the people that I directly treat with. To go to Sodoma PFA, to go to seeking out me and putting inside here that degenerates to rape is my mother and saying we are going to wait here until he had to appear. While that's having a fun, of course. And I wish I'll be wrong because of, like I said, a simple chemic lobotomy will just putting me clear at the reality of the whole of the shit that generate and the abomination and the disgusting fucking shit, and I'm sorry the word, which is exactly this, fucking shit, to be erased. Wouldn't this to be a paradise? Such a power that I got in my mind, don't you think? My brain to be lobotomized chemically. There will be a paradise. But the problem is that I get lobotomized and they makes worse. So it ain't no business. No trade. And I don't trade with my life and my heels. And with no ever.
no one else's.
Well, I said this from the address that I am still. Until tomorrow, I'm dealing with this until whatever, however to be. I don't need to be with us. Shut up.